Good morning, students. Today I have come up with the explanation of the prose The Making of a Scientist by Robert W. Patterson. This is a story of a young and bright scientist named Richard H. Ebright. He grew up in the town of Reading, that is Pennsylvania, in USA. At the age of 24, he excited the scientific world with his theory of cells. As a child, he collected rocks, fossils, and coins. Now, let us know how this curious child who collected butterflies went on to become one of the greatest scientists of this world. His mother played a great role and was a driving force in making him a scientist. She would always encourage him and develop his interest in learning. She took him on trips and brought him telescopes, microscopes, cameras, mounting materials, etc. She even got him a book, The Travels of Monarch, which opened a new world for him. He was her own only life after his father's death, an only companion. She would find work for him that will make him learn new things, and he too liked it and wanted to learn. He was a talented child, and by the time he was in second grade, he had collected all the 25 species of the butterflies found around his hometown in 6 weeks. He used to catch a female butterfly, collect its eggs, and raise them on the basement through their proper life cycles. Then he used to tag the wings of the butterflies and would let them go. There were thousands of monarchs in his basement, growing in different life stages for many years. The book Travels of Monarch is about how butterflies migrate to Central America. It was written by Dr. Frederick Urohot of the University of Toronto in Canada. Readers were invited to help some study butterfly migration. He also asked readers to tag them for research, and this book opened a world of science to this young collector. But it was impossible for him to catch so many butterflies in 6 weeks. So he started raising a flock of butterflies in the basement of his house. He would catch a female monarch, take her eggs, and raise them. But as he did not get much feedback, he started losing interest in it. When he was in seventh grade, he participated in a science fair and lost. Here he gets a hint of what real science is. In this loss, he learned about reality of science. He learns that science is not a neat display of something but doing real experiments. He had just shown slides of frog tissues in the science fair, which was not sufficient for him to become a scientist. Now he wrote to Dr. Urhot for ideas and got many suggestions for experiments. He kept on working on them throughout his high school, which led him to many projects on national and international level, and he even won prizes. In 8th class, he found out the cause of a viral disease that killed all monarch caterpillars. He raised them in the presence of beetles. Now he found out what viceroy butterflies copy monarch. They are the food of birds. Viceroys taste good, whereas monarchs do not taste good for birds. The viceroy look like monarchs because they want to trick the birds and save themselves. So this project was placed first in the zoology division. He tried to find out the purpose of the 12 tiny gold spots of a monarch pupa. Earlier, it was assumed that they were just ornamental. But later, Ebright, along with his fellow students, showed that the spots were producing hormone necessary for their full development. In his senior year, he grew cells from a monarch's wings in a culture and showed that the cells would divide and develop into normal butterfly wing scales only if they were fed with the hormones from the gold spot. So, this project won him the first place for zoology at the international fair. That is, he discovered the theory of cells. He studied the photos of the chemical structure of a hormone in the X ray. This photo solved his doubt on DNA. He determined that the DNA is the substance in the nucleus that controls heredity. So, DNA was established to be the blueprint for life. Now, Ebright became a scientist because he had a driving curiosity along with a bright mind. He started his journey from collecting the butterflies. This led him to discover the theory of life cells. He was not just interested in science but took interest in other activities too. There were many qualities in him which made him a scientist, like he was curious, dedicated, and hardworking. He was competitive, but not in a bad sense. He had a will to win. He was intelligent and worked for the right reasons. He didn't after prizes, so he was a great scientist. Thank you.